Hello all, this is the video for the Sprint Retrospective meeting for the Sprint 3 for our team, agent team. All of the members of the team were present: Dario Gonzalez, Dane Parchman Jr., Daniel Garcia, Jesus Carrera, and Alejandro Vidal. During this meeting, we analyzed what went wrong. For most of the team, they think everything was okay, for the exception that of Daniel and Jesus Carrera, where Daniel struggled with the breeze deploy develop branch being used instead of the master, and he lost a lot of time going back and forward until he realized how that worked. And in the case of Jesus Carrera, the issue was the user story 2684 updating profile picture had a way more complexity than it was thought in advance, and the planning was way off, and it ended up being way more work than planned. So, and estimation capabilities, again, the three members that completed what everything was planned, they said they did a good estimation. In our case, Daniel and Jesus Carrera, we didn't estimate correctly. We plan to get better for that in the next sprints going forward. So as the schedule that we had for this week, all of us work as a schedule. As for exception, Daniel, he had a medical situation early in the week, family, and he had to take care of that. But after that, he recovered and worked as hard as always. So what went right then in this sprint? Well, all of us were able to finish user stories, and Daniel was able to put the breeze vagrant in place. Alejandro finished all the user story he had planned. The same with Dane and Dario, and Jesus Carrera was able to finish finally the 2684 about the user profile. So for the next sprint, um, the issues that we want to be tackling, and how we should improve the process of this. And in most of the case, we agree that better planning is needed, and especially as Alejandro points, it's really important that we start planning some time for integration processes that can be back and forth. Actually, right now, with the user story of the profile picture, we are really struggling to merge it because it works on development but not in production. And whenever that's the case, we have to plan for some extra time to deal with that. Now, finally, and when we discussed how we could improve the product, we had several ideas, but most of them turn around two different areas. One of them is improving the integration process, as Alejandro suggests, and actually a good way to do it is, as Daniel points out, putting in place continuous integration and continuous deployment with any of the tools available for that, like Travis CI or Jenkins or whatever we use. But continuous integration and continuous deployment can take out a lot of the painful part of integrating the changes to production. And the second point that we all agree on and we discussed a little bit was about the consistent code and good practices that can be, as Dane points out over here, fixing the practices, and we can do it perhaps putting in place some linkers that can make sure that the code is consistent in format. That was all for our meeting. Have a good one.